Hey guys, what's up? It's Coleman Junior 88. I am your independent source for wrestling, NASCAR, and music news. As I posted in my bulletin about 2 hours ago now, I will be giving you your TNA Final Resolution PPV results inside and outside the ring. However, there's a little addendum to this video. I did miss one interview segment. I did miss one because I was having dinner and watching the pay-per-view at the same time, and it was very hard to write and eat at the same time, especially with your dominant hand being the same hand you eat with your, which is my right. So anyway, here we go. We start out with no vignettes, no nothing. We start out with the very first match, RVD versus Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel. RVD wins the match via pin. So yeah, there you go. RVD proves a point yet again that he's not so much better than RVD, just has more experience than Christopher Daniels. Then we jump into the first backstage segment of the night. Jeremy Borash interviews Mickie James on the about the Knockouts title match later on that night, and about Gail Kim. And Mickie James says there's nowhere to hide, no skirt chasing for Gail Kim to do anymore tonight. After all that Karen Jarrett has put Gail Kim through, that this is her opportunity to show that she's better than Gail Kim. And to be honest with you, I was pulling for Mickie James because Gail Kim, to me, as far as character-wise, has just gone down the tubes. There's no spark. I mean, I love her heel turn, but there's no spark in that same heel turn. So I don't understand it. So yeah, Mickie James talks about Gail Kim, and we jump straight into the next match, which is the TV title match. Eric Young versus Robbie E. And Eric Young loses this match to Robbie E. Robbie E retains his TV title, thanks to Robbie D's his bodyguard now. Thanks to Robbie E's bodyguard, Robbie D, interference. So I think it was a clothesline on the outside of the ring by Robbie D to Eric Young that cost and loses this match. So we go into the fourth segment, Devon and the Pope interview. Jeremy Borash once again interviews both Devon and the Pope, and Devon says there's no issue. Jeremy Borash asks if there's an issue with him and the Pope regarding Devon's sons, because if you watch TNA over the past couple weeks, Devon's sons, Terrence and Terrell, have been jumping the guardrail because they've been sitting at ringside, and they've been jumping the guardrail, helping the Pope out at certain occasions, especially the last week, which was the week before this last pay-per-view. Terrence and Terrell basically defied their father once again. That's twice, and basically pissed him off to the point where Terrence and Terrell were asked to leave the building. So from the segment, from the and then the Pope says, after Devon leaves the screen, Pope says, I'm just teaching the boys. I'm just getting the boys the father that they never had, whatever that meant. That means, I don't know. I guess Devon's a little bit too strict, and the Pope's just trying to show the boys what it's like to, rise faster through the ranks. Because Pope told the boys that within no time they would be main eventing, and Devon, their father, doesn't want them to main event yet because they're still in training camp. So yeah, and then from that interview segment, we jumped straight into the tag title match between Devon and the Pope versus Crimson and Matt Morgan, the champions. The titles are on the line, and basically every time that Devon tried to tag in, there was a good few tag-ins, but every time the Devon tried to tag in the Pope, they would pull Matt Morgan or Crimson would pull him back, and Devon basically lost the match thanks to a sidewalk slam from Matt Morgan. So Matt Morgan and Crimson retain their titles, and Crimson retains also his unbeaten streak. I think it's on month 7 or 8. I don't know. Then from the tag title match, we go to AJ Styles' interview, which we go to his locker room, and we basically see him getting taped up because the week previous, Bobby Roode had worked over AJ Styles' leg, and it was pretty beat up. So AJ Styles said, there's no way in hell that he would pass up this opportunity, and he was 200%, and so yeah, he was ready to go. And then we go from that interview segment to the next match was the X Division title match between Austin Aries and Kid Cash. Austin Aries retains his X Division title. Nobody really liked these two because they're both heels, and so yeah, it was a pretty physical match. Very extremely physical, more physical than I've ever seen in an X Division match. Usually you see speed or finesse, like Taz was saying during the match, but this one was extremely physical. So Austin Aries is still your champion, X Division champion. Then we go on to the one of the featured title bouts of the pay-per-view, which is the Knockouts title. James versus Kim. Gail Kim retains her title thanks to interference from Madison Rayne, because it looked like Mickie James was gonna whip Gail Kim's ass, and Madison Rayne runs down there to prove a point to Karen Jarrett, as always, and helps Gail Kim retain her title. So Gail Kim is still your Knockouts champion. Then there was a James Storm interview where he talked about Angle and how he wasn't afraid, and how he bucked up and showed up when he said when Angle said he wouldn't show up. So yeah, he was extremely focused. He was cleared to wrestle. tonight. He was cleared to wrestle the night before. Actually, seconds before he walked out. So Taz told us during the James Storm entrance. So yeah, we go on from that interview segment to match number 10, which is Angle versus Storm, and surprisingly enough, the company allowed Storm to win via pin. So James Storm once again proves his point that he's tougher than Angle, and apparently it seems that James Storm has Angle's number. Apparently, it looks that way. Anyway, so James Storm is your winner over the Angle Storm match. Then there was a Jeff Jarrett interview where we find out that Sting had earlier today announced that if Jeff Hardy wins, one of the judges, either Karen or Jeff, would be fired, and Jeff would get a title opportunity at the next pay-per-view. If Jeff Jarrett won, the stipulations would be the same, that saying that Jeff Hardy would automatically have to leave the company. And then from that interview segment, we go into the match: Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy, with Sting handcuffed to Karen Jarrett. There was an opportunity at some point in the match where Karen Jarrett got loose and was trying to hand the guitar, the now famous guitar, to her husband, but Sting caught Karen and pulled her back, and surprisingly, Jeff Hardy won against Jeff Jarrett. So there again, it looks like Jeff Hardy has Jeff Jarrett's number via pin. So yeah. Then we go on to the main event of the evening, the Iron Man match between Rude and AJ Styles. I should preface this by saying there was an interview segment with Rude before the match, the main event, but I did not catch that interview segment, so I apologize for that in advance. So we're just gonna go on straight into the match. Pretty tied up 30-minute match. I mean, very obvious that AJ Styles was injured, and Bobby Roode, as expected, would exploit that to the highest extent. And then Roode would eventually be a 3-3 tie. Roode would get the first two pins, or first two victories, excuse me, and then AJ would come back. He got a springboard pin on his bad leg. He tied it 2-2, and then Roode got the third fall, and then AJ got the third fall. And then the crappiest way you could end this, it ended in the crappiest way by just Roode wasting time, and he never wanted to face AJ. He wanted to retain his title, and I guess he proved that tonight. So yeah, it ended in a tie, 3-3. No defined clear winner. With that said, Roode retains his championship since there was no defined clear winner, and there was no way to do it because the 30 minutes was up. So yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your 2011 TNA Final Resolution PPV review. I want to give you an extra bonus by saying that tomorrow I will be showing you another set of collectibles that I have in my possession that I recently completed the collection. I will be showing you my Smallville collection, which was the television program that ran from 2001 to 2011, which just ended. The show ended like months and months ago, but it just ended with its final season, season 10. So I will be showing you that program is based off the Superman legend. It focuses on Clark's younger years in the town of Kansas City, Smallville. Smallville, which is a small town in Kansas City. Excuse me. Fictional. I should point that out. It's fictional. It's all based off of the Superman legend. So you'll see a lot of, especially in the later seasons, seasons 4 through 10. You'll see a lot of resemblance to the actual comic books and the villains in the later seasons. Doom, evil Lex Luthor, Green Arrow, Aquaman as a young teenager, Flash Gordon, not Flash Gordon, but Flash, as a young teenager, shows up in this program. So there's a lot of DC comic related characters in the later seasons. They overexploit the effects of green kryptonite in seasons 1 and 2, and then a little bit in 3. But a little 1 and 2 are a little bit childish as far as the seasons goes. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are very, very adult based. Not to the point where the kids can't watch it, but to the point where you'll understand it and you'll like it if you're a comic book fan. That is, if you're a comic book fan, especially of Superman, which I am. I know there's a lot of Smallville fans out there, so I'm hoping tomorrow's video will appease them, and hopefully I will be able to appease you guys by showing you a different aspect of my collectibles, my collections. So yeah. For now, I hope you enjoyed my video. Please comment below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. This is Coleman Jr. 88, your independent source for wrestling, NASCAR, and music news. Peace out.